headphones aren't working. Just one side. That's all I fucking need, baby. I can't hear myself. That's for sure.
Why would you? Turn that shit up louder so we can't hear anything. Toyota Corolla you're driving in, listening to this? 07? Electrical
Schmitty with that
windshield.
face mask.
Yes, sir.
It looks like a maxi pad for a woman.
Schmidt's sick, but the motherfucker don't stop working. He comes into work even when he's sick.
Yeah, episode 234, sponsored by SugarShop.co. SugarShop.co just did the 420 drop, or it's coming up.
It's out.
420 drop.
Out.
Got the vintage shirts.
Vintage.
They're fucking
purple
sweet.
haze, got a little sugar hat.
And then sponsored by Patreon.com/RedHawk Academy. There's been content going up there for 4+ years. Never before seen content. I try to put up at least 3 videos a week, sometimes 4. So if you want to support, check it out.
What's your what about your Substack? Is that what it's called? Substack? The thing
Yeah, the newsletter.
How's that been?
It's been going good.
What do you explain to the people? Explain to me.
Every week I try to find the gems from this pod, from my pod, and I try to put them in a newsletter.
Ooh.
And then answer some different questions.
You're right. You're like
every
typing
week.
up some fucking like.
I have a
shit.
guy help me with it.
Damn.
He gets the subjects and he puts it together, and he's really good with it. So, and it's growing pretty quick. So check out the newsletter.
Interesting. I wish I could read.
Should we start with UFC? Should we start with the girls' jiu-jitsu?
Let's just start with girls jiu-jitsu. Undefeated Mariah.
Yeah, she's good. She doesn't compete a ton, and we're at Masters 1, but she's always impressive because she doesn't focus on jiu-jitsu. That's not her main focus. Her main focus is barrel racing, but I always want her to compete at least 1 to 2 times per year just to test herself and push herself, and she did good. All the girls did so good, and I'm so impressed with those girls, dude. Like that, I told Diana there was like so much nerves with Diana, one of our other
She
little
was
girls.
nervous?
I'm like, everyone should go through this, huh?
Yeah.
And those girls work and they train hard, and then they go and put themselves out there like that and be vulnerable and go scrap against other girls, and everyone fucking killed
And
it.
it's such a good mindset going into that thing, knowing it's okay to lose. Instead of being like,
Yeah.
God, if I lose, people are going to make fun of. No one gives a fuck if you lose.
Yeah.
No one does. The only person that does is you, and you're building up a story in your head that's like, you're fine.
Yeah, a couple of the girls lost, and they were still just so proud of themselves for
Good,
doing it, and it was fucking sweet. And Taya just mopped everyone like usual. She went against some good girls too, and she made them look fucking easy at purple belt. 3 matches.
She recently just got her purple-ish. Like,
Yeah.
kind of. That's crazy.
She's just a different level though. She trains like a professional. She's got a good competition mindset. She's gonna be hard to beat.
Damn, that's fucking exciting. I know. I wish it wasn't so far away, dude. It was over an hour. From my house to the Mesa Airport, it was like an hour and 12 minutes, and then it was past Mesa Airport. So it was like an hour and a half drive. I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah, it's such a haul, dude. Oh my god! But all girls. And then after we went and got some burgers at that Stoop Kid place. That place is so sweet.
Fire.
All
Mike
these little
Malak
restaurants.
took me there. That's where I first had that.
Fuck that
review.
burger. I mean, that burger shits on In-N-Out.
Yeah, for sure. But it's not fast food. It's not, it's more of a gourmet type thing almost.
And my neck, I feel like it's fucking sagging. I feel like it looks like Andrew Tate's neck.
Don't disrespect Top G.
Nothing
Come
wrong
on.
with a long neck.
He's an alpha.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
He is. But dude, those 8-minute rounds, we started putting those 8-minute rounds on, and the first 3-4 minutes of those 8-minute rounds is you just trying to wear your partner out, pretty much, hanging
and
on
not
their
get
head.
worn out.
Yeah, hanging on their head, making them pummel, making them hand fight, try to get them tired, and then try to score later on.
Those were some sweet fucking rounds. I was watching and I was like, damn, I wish I did jiu-jitsu. Sick.
You'll be back.
Then I went to the lab and watched sparring and I was like, damn, I wish I did
good?
fighting.
Dude, I was thinking, it was like with the 135ers, I'm like, fucking got the best spot for 135.
The MMA lab, dude. I was there yesterday.
Just Phoenix in general.
Yeah,
too.
Phoenix in general. But dude, there was it looked like a bunch of guys because I don't go to the lab too often, and I went there. I'm like, holy shit, I don't know
Anyone.
70% of these guys. A lot of them seemed like came over from Fight Ready.
A lot of them did, because I guess a bunch of drama happened to where the owner over there said, if you're managed by Jason House,
Is that what it was?
you cannot train here anymore. You either have to fire Jason House, or you have to
Interesting.
or you
Can't
have
train
to
here.
leave.
So that makes sense. There was a couple 25ers there that looked like fucking really good ground. I mean, it looks like good options for. I mean, whether I'm fighting Aljo, whether I'm fighting Henry, it looked like I had some good options. The only person that would be kind of tricky to have, and I feel like that's when people fight me, is trying to find someone like me, is like Corey. trying to find that fucking that speed, that length. But yeah.
Yeah, speaking of that, it's fucking. I mean, I might as well just start with the main event. Max, dude, how big of an expert is he at just pacing himself?
He
not
is,
throwing. He's just so fucking skilled, dude.
I mean, that's the highest level. I mean, I'll just say striking because there was not much. There was no wrestling. I don't think either of them shot once. That's the highest level of striking and putting things together. It's so, yeah, it was so much fun to watch. That motherfucker is on another level.
Like Arnold Allen's fucking good as fuck too, but
Super
just Max
good.
was still making him guess the whole time. He'd switch his stance, switch his stance. What you think?
And Max's chin, dude. He was taking some shots.
Dude, the first round, that left hand, bro. And you know what I think too is he's got such a good poker face because when he does get cracked, like you gotta imagine it does something, but he stays focused. He stays switching stances. He stays throwing something, and he'll counter hard to make it be like, okay, maybe he's not too hurt. It's so fucking fun to watch.
Hawaiians are like that. He just has a good fucking chin, dude.
How long can that really last? Because doesn't he have a statistic where he's absorbed like the most shots?
He
too?
broke multiple records last night. Over 3,000 significant strikes landed. Over 7 hours of ring time.
So that's got to be the most ring time in the UFC,
He's
right?
third fighter.
He was the third fighter to reach 7 hours. Frankie Edgar.
RDA.
Damn, it's Frankie.
RDA's up there too.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You probably didn't see Brandon Royval versus Matthias Nicola.
No, I didn't.
This knee, whoo, that knee up the middle, dude, was nasty. Brandon Royval with a nasty fucking KO was really, really sweet.
War Calder, he said that fight's gonna be so sick. That Brandon Royval killer. Every
It's
time he
always been a
fights,
sick
it's
fight.
so sweet.
Yeah, so I'm not giving him credit to War there. Come on now. Clay Guida lost the decision to Rafa Garcia. Pedro Munoz beat Chris Gutierrez, which I was surprised. I thought Chris Gutierrez was going to piece him up. But Pedro still got it. Even with one eye, motherfucker still got it.
Did they not look identical?
Who? Oh, Pedro's 5'3", Chris is 5'8".
They looked identical to me. I was like, these
They
guys are
were a
twins.
lot different looking.
Yeah,
You
they
think
were.
so?
Were you high?
One was
No,
Mexican, one's Brazilian.
I was sick. So maybe that was it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But Pedro, I mean, he looked good. Dropped Chris in the first round. Stayed on him. Had a good pace. It was a good fight. He didn't hit me once in the face in a half a fight. So
I was trying to
it's a
fast
win.
forward through it because I rewatched some of the fights this morning and it kept going to commercial and shit. So I just kind of was it just that pace the whole time, just
Just
striking
kind of
the whole
stayed
time?
in front of him. Didn't really let Chris get started. I think he dropped him early in the first, or he dropped him in the first, and it just kind of was his fight the entire time.
It's always impressive to me when someone that much shorter than the other person can outstrike a guy.
Yeah.
You got to be skilled as fuck.
Yeah. Pedro looked good, honestly.
He's
Looked really
fucking
good.
skilled,
He poked
dude.
fucking
Pedro's
Chris
good.
Gutierrez in the eye, and I do not know how that fucker kept fighting.
Yeah.
This is impressive.
Dude, the last 8 fights for Max Holloway have been 5-rounders.
Same.
Holy shit, dude. And just his look at okay, we'll just start with Charles Oliveira, Anthony Pettis, Jose Aldo, Brian Ortega, Dustin Poirier, Frankie Edgar,
Jesus
Volkanovski
Christ.
twice, Calvin Kattar, Yair Rodriguez, Volkanovski again,
You say Ortega?
and then Arnold Allen. Yeah.
Let's just get. We're almost done. We're at the Cobain. Edson Barbosa, Billy Quarantillo. Billy. I was like, damn. When he fought Alex Hernandez last fight, I'm like, this motherfucker is a problem. His pace.
He's always game.
He's super skilled, and it was a good fight. It was a close fight. Edson was landing some hard shots, like he always does, some hard leg kicks. But Billy was landing too. Then he made it kind of like blitzed in and looked like he was going for a shot because of the cage, and Edson stepped up right up the middle with that knee. Holy fuck, that was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, I mean, he telegraphed it a little bit too much, and someone as fast twitches Edson, you do that one time, it's the end of the night.
Yeah, that was nasty. Those knees up the middle are scary, dude. Hitting you right in the jaw like that.
It's all the knees that you've missed in your career would have changed those other guys' careers.
Yeah,
The ones that have winged by their heads.
I got a fight in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, Sono. Blake said he wants to fight, kind of like how me and War did. He's like, please just don't knock me out cold or knock my teeth out. I'm like, I won't. He's like, God, I hope I. Do you think like, can I throw like spinning back fist? What if I actually knock you out? He was dead serious.
That's fire.
I said,
got-
you can
I got
go
my
as
money on
hard
Sono.
as you want. I mean, War beat me in a decision, close fight, but we're going all out. We're doing fucking weigh-ins. You two are the commentators. You're the
That's
ref.
I don't want him being the moment and him being a puss in there and start fucking.
I said you
knee.
have 3 threes, and if there's a finish, only if there's a submission,
You're
then it's
getting up
done.
more
But I'm
going
not
again.
submitting you, so.
Yeah.
No, I said if it's a submission, if I submit you in a legitimate submission, then it's over.
How about this?
But I'm not gonna.
How about this MMA match? We'll do 8 counts, so we get an 8.
That's
count.
a good idea. I like that. 8 count. So I
So
told
he can
him,
get up.
I said weigh 165 just to give him a little. He's 175. He's like, oh, easy, champ. I'm gonna run every day till then. I'm like, you don't think you'll be a little sore? I'll take 3 days off before. So he's got it fucking dialed in. He's got it figured out. Me versus Sono, 2 weeks, 2 Saturdays. It's going fucking down.
He thinks he can beat you.
He actually he's like, my main goal is to not get my ass kicked. But it's so good for. It's gonna be so good for him. It was so good for Warlike. Even though I should have beat up War a little more because when he got out of there, he's like, oh man, thank God. I don't know. He said some stupid shit.
Sono, I love that how he says, no, I lay the pipe every time. And then the next day on the mic when he had that first girl, he's like, yeah, I busted in like 30 seconds the first time she gave me head. And then the second time, it just wasn't really as passionate. It was just like, because I wasn't, I'm like.
Hey, he seemed confident though.
Yeah.
You know?
Second night, though. That's what he said
Fucker
he
pulled
ran.
back-to-back nights. Speaking of dating, dude, our boy Brendan is What app was that?
Yeah, so
Hinge?
It was Hinge. It was Hinge, boys.
First of all, Schmitty's like, I'm never gonna fucking get a match on there. If
not.
Brendan wasn't swiping, he wouldn't have been on a date 2 days in a row. Take it away, B.
And you know what was crazy too is that like we matched like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And then we didn't message each other at all. And then I saw that the Hinge was like, you're about to be removed from being seen.
Ooh.
So I was like, shit, I better see who I've matched with and just like message them and like get back into the game. And I told her that she had a pretty smile.
Nice.
And then she messaged me back and was like, what are you doing? And it was like all the spur of the moment.
Oh.
What are you doing tonight? And then I was like, let's just do dinner and a movie.
If it's
And,
not broke, don't
if
fix
it's not
it, you
broke,
said.
don't fix it.
I like
And then
that.
she was game.
Wow.
We
How
went-
many girls did you message? Just her?
I messaged her and one other chick because the other girl's name, I'll say the other girl's name because nothing happened out of it. Her name was Annalise.
Oh,
And I said, do you do-
anal leak?
Yeah,
Anal
her
leakage?
name was Annalise. And I
Oh.
said, do you do the first half of your name?
Oh,
Because it's
You
anal.
said that?
Yeah.
that's fire.
Nothing materialized out of that, but it all worked out anyway.
Damn. So first girl, you guys went out to where'd you guys go again?
We went to so 2 days ago we went to the P83 like
First
the
night.
complex. Yeah,
Yeah.
to Texas Roadhouse
Text
first.
her, that's right.
And thank you, champ, for the shoes.
Oh,
I
you're welcome,
didn't
G.
wear the shoes
That's okay.
that night.
I didn't want you to if you didn't want to. I got them as
Just-
just in case.
They're hard to walk in,
Damn,
but they
it's
make
all
me
good.
like 2 to 3 inches taller.
3.8.
3.8 inches taller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right when you met up with your girl, like right when you saw her, you're always such a good like person to have a conversation with. So did it just go smooth right off the rip?
It did, yeah. We were talking the whole time, and she was talking about like her like all her stuff that she's going through. She's actually 29, so that's the first time I've been talking to a girl that's older than myself, which was cool.
Damn.
And she's a speech pathologist.
Okay.
So she was talking about like the kids that she has and the speech problems. I had a speech problem as a kid.
How old
too.
are the kids she work with?
So-
Does she work with?
Oh, kindergarten to 8th grade.
Oh, okay.
It's a big range.
Variety.
And then the Peoria Truck Food Festival, that looked huge.
It was. That was sick. We only went to like 2 food trucks because we were making out like all over.
Oh!
The place.
So how did you move in
shit.
for the first makeout?
What's up?
How did you move in for the first makeout?
Well,
How
that
did
was the
come
first
about?
night at the movie theaters.
Yeah.
Because she's a little bit of a stoner too.
Okay.
So we smoked before that, and then we were at the movie theater, and she was like had her pen out. And she's like, "You think it's okay to smoke this?" And I took my pen out. I was like, "Let me see," and then I kissed her through that.
So then
With
you
the
smoked it.
Shotgun, yeah, with her.
And
Damn.
so was your
See?
guys' mouth dry or
That's what I was wondering.
Was my mouth?
Do you have
Do you
some
have like
gum?
cotton mouth?
Right.
Do you have gum? Do you have water? Or did you
or
even
was it
give a
smelling
fuck
like
at that
pure
point?
fajitas?
Yeah, did you just make out right after eating those fucking...
The elotes, right? Is that how you
Was
pronounce
that
it?
a lotte makeout? Was it the fire though?
You know what? Didn't mind at all. She said she had cotton mouth at one point.
But you
But,
gave her a
That's
little
a
lotte.
good reminder, though. It's a good reminder. Always have some gum on you. Make sure you always have some water
Yeah.
just in case you guys are smoking. The mouth gets a little dry.
Yeah.
It's
The
weird.
worst-
Some people don't care though. Like I always am so big. I don't if a girl just ate, I don't want to make out unless the breath's fresh. Some people are weird about it. Some people aren't.
Well, I think it depends how horny you are and how many girls you've made out with.
My boy
Yeah.
Frank could wake up first thing in the morning and have just shit around his mouth and just like dry mouth and go.
Yeah, but he doesn't. he doesn't. He can't smell. He doesn't
True.
know that it stinks.
True.
It was funny though because at the food festival, She was like, there was like families around and kids. She was like, oh, there's kids around. I was like, fuck them kids.
Oh,
and we just kept
started fingering her.
making
Start
out
fucking
all
dry humping.
No, of course not.
So did you, when you were sucking face a little bit,
Tongue.
were you getting horny a little bit?
Oh my god, super horny. It was like, I was like, at
Dude's
one
in
point
gym
she wanted
shorts.
to. Yeah, I was like, I shouldn't have worn gym shorts, and then she was like,
You're bricked.
yeah, she
yeah.
was like, this is the one time where like I don't think male privilege actually helps you out here. And I
yeah.
was like, yeah, I know.
So she knew you were boned up.
oh hell yeah, yeah.
Were
Definitely.
you rubbing it on her a little bit?
No, I wasn't rubbing it on her, or
grabbed?
anything, but I was
But
like,
she could feel it.
we were touching and everything.
Yeah.
Then we went up to like the seats,
Uh-huh.
and then that way there wasn't people and we could
Oh.
make out a lot more. So
Damn. I
knew it was
love
gonna
that.
happen,
Love
yeah.
that. That's what happens. Hard work, baby.
For real.
Hard swipes, baby. Get them in.
you know
So
what was
when you
cool?
were making out though, were you doing good at making out? Were you keeping your tongue like
Yeah, how do you
hard as a
think you did?
rock, or were you softening it up?
She
or-
was like, it's a little too much tongue right now. And then,
Okay,
and then,
okay.
and
A
then
little
I
much
slowed
too
it
much
down.
elote.
Then I slowed it down. But then she
Nice.
started doing more tongue stuff, and I did, and then it was just tongue the whole time after that.
Just
so.
flowing. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta
That's
flow with it.
fire.
Damn.
Did
So
you jerk off when you got home?
I did.
Of
You know what?
course.
you
I even
gotta
said, I was like, she was like, I'm sorry for giving you blue balls, and I was like,
Ooh.
don't worry, I'll take care of myself later. And
Hey.
she was like, same. And then and then I was like, and then I said, I was like, I'm gonna take care of myself, thinking about you taking care of yourself.
Oh, this guy's smooth
shit.
as butter.
She told me I had Riz too, Joe.
Did
I was
she?
like,
I know you got rich.
She
Oh,
said
yeah.
Riz.
yeah, she said Riz. She's like, you,
got Riz.
she's like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
would have what I think the kids that I teach would call
Riz.
Riz.
Oh.
You guys should. We should have one of these weekends when you guys are down. Have her up for the house. Have a little campfire.
Hey, that would be.
Sure.
A
You
good
could bring
time.
your girl. Schmitty could bring his. Never mind.
Hey, that was a little deep. That was a little deep.
I'm focused on other shit, champ. I don't need that shit.
That's a great excuse.
No, it'd be a lot of fun though.
I'm kidding. It happens. Brock's
It's a matter of
focused on
time,
jiu-jitsu.
Schmidt. It's a matter of time.
Not
but
if
I
you're
tell
not
you,
swiping.
I tell you what, if you're not swiping, then the chances.
He said he
are-
only gets fucking fat whales. Is what he
The-
said.
Whoa.
because dude,
That's what he said. Word
the way
for
you're
word.
going to interact with girls is if you go out and drink,
Which
or
you
if
don't.
you go out somewhere to where they're looking to interact,
Which you
which you
don't.
don't. So swiping's going to be the way in this day and age. It sucks, but it's
What about
true.
DMs on IG?
Rare.
Yeah, I guess
Rare?
that's possible.
But the thing about IG, it's like those bitches are in San Diego. They're in Oklahoma. They're
That's
in
true.
Ohio. They're not in
That's true.
Peoria, AZ, West Side.
Flying people out all the time.
And you say you matched one with Fat Chick. You know what was super cool that even made me more like turned on by her is that she was like, I've been on a weight loss journey. I lost 60 pounds.
Damn.
She's climbing too.
And I was
That
like,
she's
ooh.
working.
I was like, you're looking great right now. Like,
Yeah.
you're looking great. This is
Were you
awesome.
just trying? Oh, wish you
That's
could
so
eat her
fun.
up.
I'm
Try it,
talking Brendan Fraser, the whale. That's what I match with on Tinder and Bumble.
Dude, fat chicks love me too.
Dude, but that's all I get. I don't ever
Go
get.
on a
I
weight
don't-
loss journey with
I-
them.
Dude, if they're bedridden, what the hell am I supposed
No,
to do?
if they're fat, but they want to get skinny with you.
Now that's chubby, chubby girl. It's
No,
like,
I've seen a chubby girl before at somewhere, and I was like, she's fucking cute. And you're like, not my type.
I've been looking at her now, and my mind has changed.
Oh, good. I'm glad you can
Yeah.
do that though. That's good. You can
Yeah.
change your mind. She is cute.
I was like, because I never really looked at her like that.
Oh, I
And then
did.
After you, I was like, okay, I see it now.
Yeah.
So
But that's sweet, big congrats, baby. That's it. You have a date today, Sunday? The day of the
No,
Lord?
I don't have a date today.
Oh, okay.
I thought you guys were gonna do something.
Just back to backs, and I was like, I'll take it easy. Then
Damn.
I still was telling her about the podcast and like, hey,
Yeah.
because I didn't even think I was gonna go yesterday,
Uh-huh.
but then my boy was sick, and I was like, this works out for me.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was scary
It
as
scared
hell.
the fuck out of
Didn't
me.
scare me.
Not me either. So
Yeah,
she
right.
works probably Monday through Friday then, right?
Well, she does and then she's off on the summers.
Oh. So you guys
teaching.
did get some. So when do we think we're going on the next date? Is there going to be a potential like weekday dinner?
Or I want to know when he's going to try to sneak a finger in.
Champ, she might listen to
Sorry.
this.
That's too.
We need to fuck her. No,
No, but it was cool to just spend
with
time
some-
with a girl,
yeah.
and have a good time and have a good day.
So you,
Get your
you,
blood
you
flowing.
would say that you would assume that she had as good of a time as you did?
Yeah, and
Hell
because she was like the first date, she was like, man, I haven't had anything materialize from Hinge, so we'll see how this goes. Like she was already kind of doubting from the beginning just because of her experiences.
I've hooked up with one girl ever on a dating app, Schmitty. It's hard. It takes years.
It looked like in the stories though she was having a hell of a time.
Oh yeah, I was looking at that too.
Yeah.
She was cheesing.
Do you guys watch ever Aljo's vlogs?
No.
I always like to watch him just to see what kind of shit he's doing.
Greatest mind
like
MMA.
sparring.
You gotta be doing that shit, G.
But his meal plan, 150. He was 159 pounds. So we're about 3.5 weeks out. About
He's
3
only
weeks now.
159.
159.
Reasonable.
But his morning routine it was a muffin. It looked like
Nice.
from a gas station, possibly.
That's good.
Reese's keto cup and
That's
an
not bad.
apple.
That's good.
And then after was a bagel sandwich.
Well, that's focus. That's hard work, dedication, championship mindset type shit, G.
I was surprised. I was like, damn. So he's not working with a nutritionist. He's just winging it. And it looks like in the training, he's just winging it. Just cruising around to different gyms, getting some sparring here and there. It's
Shout out to my
interesting.
boy Dan. That leads me to this. Shout out to my boy Dan Garner. Sent me a fucking brand new meal plan just because we're not sure about the fight. I might even weigh in as backup. I don't know yet. I got a couple ideas. But anyway, yeah, brand new meal plan from now until, it's hard to say. Hard to say. I'm going to fight August. I'm going to fight September. I mean, October will be a full fucking year. So, right, I'm planning on around August, September, depending on Aljo Henry, what happens. We've talked about, so Aljo could win, move up. Aljo could win and have to, fight me in August, September. Henry, same thing, win, fight me in August, September. Or if Aljo wins, moves up, Corey sit right there for an interim.
If it's a double KO.
Double KO, yeah. You never know. So lots of options.
Let's
We'll
go.
see.
Let's check out this. Khabib posted my MMA Goat top 15. He
Saw
said
that.
number 1 Fedor and John Jones. I could agree.
I never watched Fedor, so I know.
So we put both of them as number one.
Yeah.
Which
I just,
is,
Fedor
I mean,
slash
if you
John
got a
Jones.
number one, I feel like your list has to have one person on it.
yeah,
And if there's
Khabib-
one person, it's got to be John Jones.
100%.
And then number 2 is GSP. People forget GSP, dude. He was fucking motherfucker.
I was so pumped when he got that middleweight belt
That was
too.
crazy.
Even though it was exciting crazy, I was like, damn.
And I think if Johnny Hendricks, if USADA was around when Johnny Hendricks, I mean, he would have smoked him.
That was
I
my
think
first
Johnny
fight I
Hendricks
ever
was
watched at
peed up.
GSP. Was Johnny Hendricks.
Oh, really?
Really?
I was like, Johnny Hendricks won that fucking fight.
Yeah. And then Anderson Silva, I agree. Demetrius Johnson, Momsen. And then Daniel Cormier,
DC's definitely up there. That motherfucker getting thick, bro.
265-ish.
No, 300 all day.
Oh, Bisping asked him on the thing last night, and he's like, man, the guts you have to ask that. And then we have number 6, Henry Cejudo.
7 prime.
Number 7, Jose Aldo. 8, Kamaru Usman. 9, Adesanya. 10, BJ Penn.
You think?
There's no women on here,
Do you
man.
think? What? Chill. You think Henry's
Amanda.
above Jose Aldo?
that's what I was gonna question.
Amanda's
I don't
you
above
think
think,
a
you
few
so.
of
think
them.
Henry's above Jose Aldo?
Because of the champ status, is that what they're giving it
25. He
for?
won 25. He beat fucking TJ, who farted, and you knock his shoulder off his socket.
Yeah, or you flinch at him. The wind could probably knock him out. On that night.
Yeah, on that night at 25.
Yeah.
bro, he shouldn't be down at 25.
Yeah, I don't know if Henry's above Jose.
I think
Dude,
Amanda should be
hell
above
no.
Henry.
I think the level of competition
Agreed.
is just not. It's
So
hard to.
she's fighting girls that you flinch at them. She's fighting. Remember, her titles were against Megan Anderson.
She knocked out Chris Cyborg.
That was a big one. That was a big one. But other than that,
What about Juliana Pena when she came back? People are always
Came
talking
back
about
and won
Izzy
it.
doing it, Amanda Nunes got her
Yep.
belt back.
yeah,
Yep. And she's going to defend it right away against
yeah. I
number
guess
3.
Amanda could be up there.
She's up there, but it's just
Sexist motherfucker.
no.
Hoist
Women are my
Gracie,
favorite women to fuck.
number 11, Hoist Gracie. Number 12, Couture Velasquez. Number 13, Hendo Shogun.
Couture Velasquez.
Randy Couture's got to be up there, bro.
I thought you were trying to
Yeah.
say Cain Velasquez.
Yeah.
Couture Velasquez.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
damn, hell yeah.
Crow Cop and then Miocic, number 14.
Crow Cop's
I thought
up there.
Stipe might be up there a little higher.
Yeah,
It's hard with all that list. Like, fuck, hard to put it up there. So where do you think Paige Van fits into all this?
I think Adesanya is higher than Usman, though,
yeah.
especially after that.
OnlyFans content, number 1, baby.
Izzy, yeah, okay. Izzy's got to be up there high, but it's hard. It's hard with it sounds like he's going off the legends kind of. Well, MMA is tricky with recent.
And then number 15, Dominic Cruz and Frankie Edgar. It's a pretty good list.
Yeah, I like Dom Cruz.
It's
Uh-oh.
oh, he's your favorite fighter, bud?
Nope.
I was thinking about this the other day. I said, how many people would get married? They get married if it was forever. It was forever, like they say it is.
Well, that's
And if you get caught divorced or breaking up or seeing out someone else, you go to jail.
see, I like that.
How many people would get married?
Do you hear the wording though on that? Because you said till death do you part.
Yeah, exactly. What's what they say. But how many people would actually get
He's
married
saying
if you're
if you
like
get
in the
caught.
contract? If we're found out with someone else, this is marriage, and we will go to jail if we decide to divorce. How many people would get married?
Yeah, probably a lot less.
Yeah.
A lot less.
The divorce rate would be a lot less. Oh, you couldn't divorce.
Or would the
So it would be a lot
murder
less.
rate
Yeah, but
go
you
up?
gotta spend your time in the
Whoa,
Or would the murder rate go
Oh,
up?
my bitch died. 3 wives in a row.
pen. Definitely could.
Well,
But
I
that's
couldn't
interesting,
divorce
isn't it? Like, oh, marriage is such a. I feel like it's such a old school fucking thing.
It comes back to religion. People get sick of me talking about religion, so I'm not even gonna bring it up.
Why?
My opinion.
Come on, you're a prophet.
I'd like to know how many people are like the percentages of marriages today compared to back in the day. It's got to be less.
How many percentage of marriages? What?
Or like compared to back in the day, like how many people were getting married to today.
Well, back in the day when there was no Snapchat, no Instagram, no all this stuff, marriages probably did last a little bit longer, maybe.
There's a
But
lot
now
more
that there's
war.
just like every time you pull up your phone, there's fat butt cheeks.
Oh,
yeah.
that shit gets in my head.
I really liked what Andrew Tate said with like back in the
Really?
day. Oh yeah, there's some things that
Oh.
I'm like, damn, I resonate with that. But like how back in the day it was easier to when a girl like you break up with a girl and you'd never see her again, and then now today you could see her with social media. Up to you, some people don't, but you still could with photos and everything. Like it's just so easy to still see somebody.
A mask on your fucking
I know, dude,
face.
and it's probably so small looking.
That's what I said. It looks like a pad.
Should I
But
take
it's
it
okay.
off
No.
I like it.
for the camera?
But I've never understood really why people like get so nervous on your wedding day. Man, I'm nervous. I am nervous. I hope they say yes. It's like, shouldn't you have that kind of decided?
I don't think
Yeah.
that's
Shouldn't
what
your
they're
wedding-
nervous about.
What are they nervous about?
I
Signing
think just
the
the
contract?
moment. I don't think it's like that. I think it's just the buildup of like, all right, this is the day I've been thinking about for so long. I don't think it's though if they're gonna say yes or if anything or if what's gonna go wrong is my fucking drunk uncle gonna fuck my mom or
Yeah, but at the end of the day, at those weddings, who cares if any of that shit happens? The focus is to be married.
bro. The most stressful days in people's lives are fucking wedding days. You
Yeah,
see it
for
on
sure.
TV. You see it.
For
I mean, if
sure.
you've ever been there, people just look so stressed.
To a girl, that's her everyday. That's her life's goal is to get married.
just
most
that because
girls.
of that day, because the focus on her, she gets to wear a dress, and that's
yeah, it's
Well,
her big day.
you know what? And then think about this from a dad's point of view, Sean. How magical of a moment would it be when you get to walk, Elena down the aisle?
She ain't getting married, G.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
No,
it's
she
a
wants
really,
to. Honestly, I mean, if that's up to her, obviously.
It's a beautiful moment. I'm a sensitive guy. I cry during shit like that.
I honestly do
it
too.
pulls
I
them up
so
on me
watch,
too.
man,
It
that
pulls
gets
them up
me.
in me.
But the thing is, I
the
think
music.
marriage, like walking for a dad walking his daughter down the aisle, it's like handing him off. Like, all right, now you protect her. This is now your job. But I mean, I think that's kind of what that is. But I'm so glad Danny never gave a fuck about a wedding or like
big
getting
way.
married and having this huge like.
Right.
Well,
Oh.
if a girl doesn't really have anything she's into or wanting something she's really growing in, then it's like, well, let's think about a wedding day, and then we'll plan that, and that'll be kind of my focus. And
That's a good point. There are a lot of girls too, like you said, Sean, that don't really care about the ceremonies and stuff. Just want to go to the courthouse, get married.
then
But if it-
and then the vows you write up these vows, be like, we got to make sure everyone else hears them too, not just me and you. We can't just be straight about. I got to say our vows. Blah, 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 blah. 3 months later, the guy's fucking someone else.
Dude, 3 months. Call 3 days, see?
I don't know. Maybe I'm negative about marriage. Some marriages are good, and I think some go good, and it's a cool tradition. But I'm like, to me, I'm like, what the fuck?
I hope to
bro?
one day get married.
I ain't going. No, I'll go.
I feel like I already am married.
Yeah, I mean,
I really do. I feel like
Yeah.
it's stronger than majority
A
of
contract?
marriages.
Okay. I mean, maybe it is too.
Yeah.
Who's to say
well,
it's not?
relationships. I mean, how many people do you know that have been in that long of relationships that are healthy relationships?
Coming up 13,
Very,
14
very
years. Is it
few.
14 years or 13?
And
You don't know. You're
13.
fucking
think
dumb.
about all the
13.
guys that aren't like you guys with the mindsets of like having to uphold something for the woman's family. Like if a guy isn't as successful or isn't as high powered, and say the woman's family is, that's probably a lot of pressure on the guy to like, oh man, I got to maintain this image for this woman. Think about how many guys are probably like that. And
Yeah,
how many
I don't
girls might be like that.
They need to be a certain status.
I'm marrying this guy's daughter who's a CEO of this business. And look, I work at Wendy's. You know what I mean? Like that kind of shit.
That's a good point. My
Probably
uncle
doesn't
is
happen
just like
much.
that.
Oh, was it? Does it happen more than I think?
Probably.
Because just what he said, my uncle, very successful guy, has daughters. One of the daughters, my cousin, was with this guy right out of high school who was a construction worker. He seemed like a nice enough guy. Did not cut it. He was not good enough.
So the parents
he
said you got to break
pretty
up
much
with him?
was like, "You're not good enough."
See, if
he was out of the
that's
picture.
if you're the parent I mean, you just can't think like that.
Yeah.
That sucks. But they're
Yeah, but I mean, yeah,
They want what's best
You
for
got to
them.
look at be like, this is
What if
my
you meet
daughter.
the kid and he's a nice motherfucker and he's a grinder. He was working. He's waking
He
up.
wouldn't
at
be
6
working at
a.m.
Wendy's.
No, construction worker, bud.
Oh,
And
you can do better.
He said that he was lazy too, like Tim was saying. Like if he was, he's
You got to
like,
get
I
to
don't
know
want my
the
daughter.
person. It doesn't matter what the fuck they do as a job. If
yeah,
they
but their
like it.
habits matter.
That's a good mindset.
What if they're fucking 18 or work? They don't have anything else to go make money. They got to fucking work, make
Yeah,
some money so
18
they
you
can
shouldn't be
move
getting
out.
married.
He's not saying getting married. He's saying
He's just saying
dating.
couldn't be with her dating
okay,
You
yet
don't listen,
either.
G, come on.
Yeah.
But I mean, you obviously can't get married if you can't do the other stuff before that.
Like on Love Is Blind, some of the parents are like, I don't agree with this, and I'm like, I wouldn't agree with it
That
either.
would be
They've
weird.
met each other for 4 weeks, and now they're going to sign this contract that you get half of whatever I get in my life.
Yeah.
And there's this contract now written.
Yeah, I don't
Parents are like,
that,
that's
yeah.
fucking stupid. And then, but the Love Is Blind portrays it as like, oh my god, that parent's not.
I
on their
wonder
side.
if there's
Wow,
some
that's
kind of
fucked up.
financial incentive to like get married and do that shit on the
Love Is
show.
Blind. I think they pay for their ring, they pay for their wedding, and they do.
That could make
do
sense.
that
I mean,
shit.
that makes.
Do you think about other countries that use marriage as a tool for their own benefits? Like, oh, you're gonna marry this guy because his family does that.
Assigned wedding, assigned marriages.
Yeah.
Damn, you're just praying you get a bad bitch with
like
a
in
fat
East
ass.
Asia,
Oh,
where the dad's
baby.
gonna marry his daughter's friend who's like 12 or 13, and he's like 40 plus years old. That shit happens in those countries. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Then you got the Dalai Lama sucking on tongues.
I didn't see anything wrong with that.
I saw.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Jesus.
That's how Brendan asked his girl to make out. Suck on my
You know, I
tongue.
had the monk robes on and everything too.
Damn,
before.
fire.
Shows
Yeah,
his head.
marriage sounds tricky.
Yeah, I don't know about it, man. I don't know.
I don't know
about
too many married people that are just like, you just see like, damn, they're getting along. They're
I
happy.
I see some.
Really?
I see some that it's like, but then you don't know what's going on behind closed
That's
doors.
true.
You have zero idea.
That's true.
Okay, here we go. Montana becomes the first state to completely ban TikTok on all personal devices.
Was that I saw that too? Was that real? I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes you see shit. and it's
Montana
like,
has become the first U.S. state to ban TikTok on Friday after passing legislation that prohibits the app on all personal devices. The bill makes it illegal for app stores to give users the option to download the app, and
This is
also
crazy.
makes it illegal for the company to operate within the state. That's just like in Abu Dhabi.
yeah. What if it was already downloaded?
Pornhub.com, it wouldn't let me pull it up.
You tried?
No, but if it,
I was trying. I had to go on Twitter and fucking jay off some Twitter porn.
Can
And
you
you hear them.
imagine 10 years ago thinking, oh, an app is going to be illegal to have
Yeah.
or to be like they can control us like that?
yeah, are they smart for doing that, or are they just like so dumb for doing that?
I think it's the
That's
latter.
a level of control.
It's slippery slope, like Ricky's saying.
That's a level. That's like if they banned a TV channel.
Or banned YouTube?
yeah, because or like CNN. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're looking at it. They're not looking at that from that. They're looking at it from China is getting all this fucking info, and these little baby kids. I mean,
Yeah.
kids are on TikTok at literally 6 years old.
You know what this is? This is like Pablo. Pablo was making all that money with that Coke, making it from America. America's like, no, fuck that guy. We're stopping this shit.
They
Take-
want.
think that?
You don't think America's getting our information with our phones every single fucking day?
Yeah, they
what I'm
are,
saying.
but it's
Because-
not China.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that-
it's some other country. That's why we're gonna do this.
Well, if it's true that in China on TikTok they have all this other stuff like that's gonna make you smarter, and then they're just making all our young kids just dumb as fuck.
Right,
yeah.
right.
It's a plan.
And
Well-
so you think it's smart or not? No.
I don't know. Well, if it's such a big deal, why is one state doing it? Shouldn't this be like a
That's usually how it works.
yeah, 'cause
Legalize weed, then this one.
You know
does.
what? I'm just
crazy.
saying it's a bad idea because all it says to me is like that signals that China's actually got the upper hand. Then they're controlling how we react. You know, we're reacting to what they're doing.
Brendan
No,
Biden.
screw that. We keep it. We keep doing TikTok. Don't tell me
voted
what
for
I can't
Biden.
do.
You voted for Biden?
I voted. Yeah, the blood is
yeah,
still
you
on
did.
my hands
I
right now,
forgot you
boys.
said that. You regret it.
and he works for a bank.
I don't tell any of my coworkers.
So do you think they should ban, if they're going to do that, why not fucking ban Instagram, YouTube, Twitter?
CNN.
Well, CNN's a fucking news channel.
Because it
That's
does
the way I
seem
look
like
at TikTok.
Instagram's the same as TikTok, right? Pretty much the reels.
I mean, yeah, it's fucking
I'm
social media.
scrolling those fucking reels, dude. Every reel, I'm laughing so
Oh,
hard.
God, dude.
Dude,
those
there's
things
TikTok
get me.
reels that motivate me. I'm like, damn, I saw like a movie scene.
What
or
do you do right
something,
after you get motivated? Just scroll to the next one?
Start doing something.
Get unmotivated? Fuck yeah.
Ideas
fuck
start flowing.
I love when I fucking just feel creative and have ideas flowing out my ass.
It's a good day.
Yeah, it is. What else we got? We got anything fucking sweet coming up? We got I feel like there's no big fights coming up, is there? Beetle,
Yeah,
if you
we're
fucking bite me, I'm
dipping.
soccer
She's
kicking
not
you.
gonna bite you.
Sergey Pavlovich versus Curtis Blades is next weekend. Oh, Song Yadong, Ricky Simone, co-main. That's a big fight. Brad Tavares, Bruno Silva, Bobby Green, Jared Gordon. Ooh, Jared Gordon's back after beating Patty. Hani Yaha versus Montel Jackson. Muhammad Usman.
Oh, that'd be fun.
So this this next weekend, right? Is this next weekend or 2 weekends? April 22nd. So yeah, next weekend. Big Tim's birthday's coming up. Turned 21. What should we do? 21st birth?
I'd say, I mean, not really just for the birthday. I don't give a fuck about that. But I say we do have a little bit of guys' night. Let it rip again.
Be so fun.
It's always fun.
I wonder if some of our friends that have girlfriends are allowed to go out.
I'm going out.
Okay. Just
No,
make
no,
sure.
you ain't catching me not going out.
What if she says, "Hey, do you mind like if you just come home?" She's like, "Can we just cuddle at my place?"
He's gone. He's
You
not.
ain't coming,
He
huh?
ain't coming to the club.
No, I'd still come, guys.
Okay. I feel like Schmitty would be like, "Hey guys,
Nope.
I know you won't understand,
We'll see.
but I'm going."
We'll see.
I hope
Right,
we
you should
will.
grab a chair.
I think we got
Pull
him
it up
flipped.
here.
I hope
Yeah.
so. Hope so. So
Undefeated.
you're thinking a country bar?
Well, I'm thinking we start there.
Whoa,
We cruise.
that's deep, G. That's deep.
Then we have a driver, and he dips us, and we just let loose a little bit.
And you're thinking Airbnb?
And Mariah was like, "Well, why don't you want to go out with me?" I'm like, "I do want to go out with you, but when I go out with you, I feel like I have someone not only watching me, but I have someone to take care of also. When I'm out with the boys, it's like I can just act up.
Yeah.
I can just be fucking doing the worm on the dance floor and then roll off.
I
on the
wish
side
you would
and
do
it.
that shit. You don't do that shit.
There's
But
nothing wrong with that.
Huh?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Motherfucker. Jay, we've been out with the motherfucker know enough that he ain't doing no fucking worm.
You can't do the worm?
I can. I don't know, with my neck right now. Okay, how about this from Ray Dalio? Recognize that tough love is both the hardest and the most important type of love to give.
Amen.
When are you going to start giving some tough love to Elena, you think?
Oh, she got some tough love. Today she wanted ice cream for breakfast. She got ice cream. No, I'm sorry.
For real.
That's tricky. It's tricky, dude, because the fits those things throw. Holy
At what age?
shit.
At what age? Obviously, when they're a baby, you got to just give them whatever they want to make them stop crying. But what age do you got to be like, no, you're not getting that? And even if you make a fuss, you can fuss as long as you're not, but you're not getting it.
I mean, there's times she doesn't get literally everything she wants. There's times where you just have to let her cry it out. Like ice cream for breakfast. Like, Elena, no, you can't have that. She'll cry for a little bit and then she'll on to the next thing.
Do you guys remember any instance in your lives where tough love it was important to you?
Oh yeah.
I've
I
been
remember
showing Schmitty tough love since he moved here.
I remember my dad. I quit football to skateboard. He's like, if you quit everything in life, you're just gonna be a quitter and a loser. And that stuck with me for a long time. He said that in 7th grade. I'm like, fuck, he's right. I can't just quit something when it's tough.
Yeah.
It's good.
You get any tough love? Really? Besides when you got dropped really hard as a baby?
My mom actually got in a wreck with me when she was pregnant. So I don't remember. What about you guys?
I'd say, man, it's tough because, like, tough love and discipline and, like, understanding why they're disciplining you was always not connected sometimes to where
Yeah.
it'd be like, why am I getting punished or why am I getting, slapped or spanked or whatever? And it's like, it's how you explain why you're doing those
Yeah.
actions that I think would really help.
My dad was always good about, like, if he said no to something or if he's punished me, there's a reason. Not like an insecure dad
'Cause I
where some
said
dads
so?
are like, no, because I fucking said so. Because I'm the man. There's no reason. It's just because I'm the fucking man. He's never a fucking douche like that. And I think if you have a really insecure parent, they could be a fucking
I
douche
hear
like
that from parents still, like sometimes, and I'm like, just because I said so. I'm like, that's not, it can't be good. Can't be good for the little dude.
Shout out to my mom. She had to deal with a lot of shit with me growing up. So shout out, mom.
Shout out Mama Schmidt.
Moved out last year.
Oh, yeah.
Long
She's dealt with some
time.
shit.
Hey, Mama Schmidt is a genius. G.
I think that, like, you just have to give a warning, and then, like, if you do that again, then you're gonna get it taken away. Or like with the kids with jujitsu, we threaten push-ups a lot. So I'm like, okay, if you hands yourself, you're gonna do push-ups, and then the next person I see touch somebody, then yeah, they're doing push-ups. So you have to follow through with that, and I think that's the most important. But give them the warning first, and then if they don't, if you just threaten it and never follow through, they're not gonna take it for real.
Facts.
Yeah, just be like, I told you no already, so that means no. So if you keep going back on your word, they're going to know they can keep pushing.
So what yesterday, like the mindset, I mean, even before a jiu-jitsu tournament or before a fight, like there's so much shit going on in your mind. So many games you can play in your mind. Sean's one of the best I've ever seen do it. Mariah's really good too. She's staying ice cold. How do you counter those thoughts in your mind? Because those fucking thoughts make people go crazy. That's a big reason why people don't compete, because they hate the day before, the 2 days before, the hours before. That seems like it's forever.
Well, we competed really late yesterday, so we didn't go till like 5:30. So it was all day waiting, and I was kind of nervous, probably more than normal, because I haven't competed for a year, and I feel like I didn't train quite as hard as I should have. And I got sick last week, so I couldn't train, so I like couldn't breathe very good, and so I was like making up all these excuses in my head. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't even have signed up for this. Like, why did I do this to myself? Then I'm counter that with, no, it's good to get out of your comfort zone, and like I know what I'm doing. And when Tim has a lot of confidence in my jiu-jitsu, it gives me more confidence. And I trained hard and I felt good. But it's just battling. Like, everybody has those negative thoughts or, like, regret signing up. And you just have to keep going back to the positive. Like, no. And then, like, what's the worst thing that happens? I lose? Who cares? Like, it's not a big deal.
I can't wait to see Schmitty and Brendan's debut.
Oh, God, that would be legendary.
It's going to happen.
I only want to compete when you think I'm ready to compete.
Yeah.
That's when I want to compete.
Yeah, Sono too.
I think
Brock
it's smart.
too.
I think everyone should be like that.
Yeah.
All four of you guys' debuts will be epic.
Yeah.
Will be
ready to
epic.
Because right now I just want to focus on getting good.
Yeah. Learning your skills.
Yeah.
You've been consistent. I mean, you didn't go yesterday, but you were sick, so I'll give you that one.
I was actually sad about not going too.
I
And
know.
then Brock came home. He's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go watch everyone compete." I'm like, "Oh, I really wanted to go."
I did
It's a
want to go
mask,
too.
by the way, Mariah, not a fucking...
Not a tampon.
Yeah,
thing.
not a tampon.
The pad.
On his face.
The pad.
It's a mask.
thought
Just let her know.
Congratulations again,
Yeah.
though. It's
Yeah, that's
badass.
fine.
That's awesome. And to be undefeated, how cool.
Thanks.
Did you
I
watch
appreciate
that Robert
Oh,
Greene video I sent you about picking up like your crush?
Fuck no, I haven't
You
yet.
should watch it, dude.
Picking up your crust?
Jay sent me a video, and I went into like a little rabbit hole. Robert Greene's videos on YouTube. They're really good.
48 Laws of Powers, right? He does all those books, doesn't
yeah,
he?
he's the one. But he was just talking about like picking up girls doesn't have to do with looks. It has to do with psychology and how you carry yourself and the confidence you have.
Bro, I've been telling this motherfucker. Mikey Music even said it. He said, "Look at me. I look like you, but shorter, and I get bitches." Schmitty thinks I'm ugly. You gotta be confident. With you're getting confidence from jiu-jitsu and you're lifting.
Yeah.
But you just gotta be able to talk to a girl and not just be like,
For the first time in my life, I'm seeing my belly change. And that's something that's motivating the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Like when I stand in the mirror, I'm like, holy shit, my belly looks small.
let me punch you in the stomach
never-
and watch it slow mo. You see it
Yeah.
change.
Yeah, we could do it another
No
one
kidding.
in 6 months. I just can't wait to stay
That's
consistent
fire,
and
though.
see where I'm at a year from now.
That'll give you more confidence too. And like with girls can feel that confidence, and then the humor, like being funny can take you a long
Dude,
way.
Danny literally told me, like, when I started talking to the UFC gym, she's like, you weren't cute. You weren't fucking cute. Like, now I think you're cute, but you weren't. You were funny, and you just had confidence. She literally, she didn't say I was ugly, but she might have as well of. She's like, you weren't cute.
Bro, look at some pictures from me from high school.
I was going to say, I know Johnny, I went out with him one time a long time ago, and then they were like, he had a glow up, Tim,
Johnny?
from jiu-jitsu.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I
He
mean,
did have a glow
I
up.
was a ugly motherfucker in high school,
Same.
but I still pulled.
I pulled.
I don't know why. Maybe just humor.
Funny.
Kids like you at my would have got made fun of. So like you were so tough. That's what really probably helped you.
But that's what we're saying. And you're saying I'm ugly. I can't get chicks. I was ugly and I pulled. He was ugly, still is, pulled.
Well, it wasn't like I walked in a room and said Tim was super hot. Like, he was super funny. My friend thought he was gay. I'm like, he's not gay. He was because he was drunk, but it was funny.
That's a sus. Yeah, I was
And
drunk.
then
It's
next
okay. I
time
suck a cock. I was
we
drunk.
hung out. Like, he was just like kind of flirting and just being funny, and like that's kind of what started it. It's like humor.
So no fucking excuses.
How old were you guys again?
19, and she came over, initially was interested in a friend, and I started flirting with her.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what Schmitty's worried about. G, don't tell him that.
Yeah, it's gonna whatever happens, happens.
I let my
Yeah.
chickens out today. Well, they're outside so we have a giant fence around it, and then we have the chicken coop that's locked in there in the little one right now. Brought them out this morning, cleaned their coop, and I'm letting them sit out there for a while. Danny's home checking on them every once in a while. They're probably about 4 weeks right now.
Do
Yeah.
owls eat chickens?
Oh yeah, you see the owls at my house?
That thing
Back
already
to back
knows.
days. That thing's fucking
What does that mean? I
huge.
think there's a meaning
Bro,
to that.
think
someone
it
messaged
knows.
me on Snapchat and said, dude, that means someone close to you is going to pass. And my heart sank, dude.
I've
I
heard
don't think
those.
that's-
no.
It's gonna be me.
I thought it was good too. I remember when before I fought well, I think it was before I fought Pedro. But hey, that Pedro fight got me the Peter fight. But I remember about sitting outside, just sitting out there, and I was like, whoa, it was just, I think it might have been the same one, just sitting out on there.
Not to scare you
Owls-
more, but I had another omen. There was a black cat that crossed the street on us 2 nights ago.
Well, too many fucking stray cats.
Owls are considered a symbol of wealth, prosperity, wisdom, good luck, and fortune.
Holy shit, dude. No wonder I got a fucking owl.
Yep.
I never knew why. They're like, I remember Marcel was like, you want to, we got to cover this up. Maybe a bird. I'm like, sure. He's like, what about an owl? I'm like, sure. So.
In all the different religions, it means different shit, and it
I'm
can mean
Muslim.
intuitive development, good luck.
Bro, I gotta play. I
self-actualization.
gotta play this fucking clip real quick that I found on Theo, just because it's so fucking
Well,
funny.
you sent it to me, and I could play it on the Bluetooth.
Okay, here I'm gonna send it to you right now, G. It's on IG. This shit's funny. We gotta listen to the whole thing. It's only like 20, 30 seconds.
Muslim or not.
You ever thought about doing it?
I think you have to be
Go- you have to
born
restart
into it,
it.
or you can just do it.
I think you can.
Well, I guess
That was the beginning.
Yeah.
I think you missed a couple seconds.
Would you try it?
Maybe. I tried keto for I guess almost a month.
It kind of makes you smell bad, though, doesn't it?
Which one?
Which one?
Keto.
Yeah.
I think it's still funny.
Wonder if I'd be a good Muslim or not.
Oh,
You ever thought about doing it?
I think-
yeah, that's good. That's
That
good.
was fun.
Dude, I started the show. It's a top 3 on Netflix or whatever. But Boston Marathon bombing.
Oh,
It was a domestic terrorist attack that took place during the annual Boston Marathon. These brothers planted 2 homemade pressure cooker bombs, which detonated near the finish line in the race of 14 seconds at 210 yards apart. 3 people were killed, hundreds injured, including 17 who lost limbs. That was the most fucked up thing. This documentary is so well made, though.
It's so good. Have you ever seen Patriots Day or Stronger?
No.
Those are 2 movies that are really. Patriots Day is really good with Mark Wahlberg. They do it. They cover the whole thing. What went down? The police force in that whole thing. How interesting was it with when they released the photos of the people? How much of it? Oh, okay. I won't spoil it.
Schmitty!
Yeah.
My bad. I remember when that happened. Me and my dad were glued to the TV. I wake up. What happened, Dad? What happened? They got the brothers. One brother's
Hold on.
Yeah.
You don't give it away.
All right.
He
Because
loves
we're
giving
glued.
shit
I'm
away.
glued to it right now. I'm like,
I haven't even
God,
started.
dude, the hate that goes through your blood about those kids, though. It's
Oh
like,
yeah. Fuck. How America came together.
yeah.
Boston.
Boston strong, baby.
Be sweet to fight in Boston someday.
And then they won the World Series that year with David Ortiz.
Damn.
that whole-
Big Poppy.
Yeah,
I hit like David Ortiz.
I believe that.
Thanks.
we got the Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis this weekend, right?
Oh, shit. Let's go. That is this
Will it be
weekend.
sweet or will it be dumb?
I think it's going to be a sweet fight. I
you
think
think he's going to go try to kill him?
I think regardless whether it's a finish, a close fight, or a brawl, or a not a close, I think it's gonna be sweet. Ryan Garcia's speed is something. It's fucking fun to watch. It's not gonna be fun to watch if he's fighting a turd, but he's not fighting a turd. He's fighting fucking Gervonta Davis, who's confident, undefeated, has some serious power and speed of himself. He's 5'3", hits like he's 6'2". I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be good. This is some stuff JX sent me. This is a girl on a podcast here. Listen.
It got to a point where I was 19 and I got kicked out of my house because I was bringing over 6 dudes a night. It just was never enough.
What? Wait, 6 dudes a night?
For a consecutive week, yeah.
So 6 times 30?
Well, 6 times 7
Well,
is...
she said, wait, 6 times, well, I'm thinking a week, Monday through
Oh,
Friday.
no. Weekends were my rally days. What do you mean?
Oh, would you slot them in 7 p.m., 8 p.m.,
Yeah.
9 p.m., 10 p.m.?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And then I would even... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'd say I would even have my backup guys to where it was if this guy didn't come tonight, then I would invite this guy.
Are you using protection?
No.
No?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
God, see, it's she's gonna get wifed up, then she's gonna wonder why. God, why doesn't no one want to take me serious and be in a relationship?
I know a girl like that.
Really?
I did.
What's her name?
Not 6 guys a night. That's
That's
dude,
impressive.
loads.
I don't think she was doing 6. She told me she did 5 guys in a week. Yeah, dude. And I thought that was bad. 6 guys in a day. That's even worse.
She's probably got some fucking
What's a
issues.
What's a high body count for a 28-year-old girl? What's considered a high body count? 28, 29, 30, right around there. What do you
I would
think?
say 60 up.
60?
Yeah, I think you're crazy.
Bruh.
I wanted to ask more, but yeah, Mariah, what do you think it is?
Well, why is it so bad? Why if guys do that? Why is it so
Why
bad?
does it matter?
Yeah.
I don't believe it does either. Because I'll hear these boys go, "Oh, I'm 60 deep. I'm 60 deep. Oh, I don't want to fuck her. She's 60 deep." And
Yeah,
it's like,
why?
I would
still
fuck her,
would.
but I ain't marrying the bitch.
Is the girl
Why would
doing
I?
that because she had fucking issues as
Yes.
a child?
Maybe she's
Or
hot
is she
and loves
doing-
sex.
You think that? I mean, I guess it's a possibility.
She just craves
Is that a
it.
possibility?
I think she craves attention from. She's got issues.
I think she's got issues. If a guy does it, it's like, try having a fucking fat nut sack,
Try being
Try
horny
it.
all day.
Yeah, it's tough. I get it.
and then walk some butt cheeks in front of you,
Yeah.
and see what happens to that nut sack.
What
and
if a
wiener.
girl's like that too? She's like, "Oh, look at that cock."
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
What about a girl that you hook up with the first night? She's like, "Come in me."
That's a red flag.
That's a red flag, right?
Yes.
Would you do it?
I think a lot of girls
Yes.
do say that because they have their IUDs in.
But they're just confident that that guy's
That's gonna work.
clean.
Yeah, that
But
guy's clean.
what do you think's a high body count for a girl who's 30? And I'm saying high like I like you, but we can't date because that's just I can't think about that. What do you
What
think?
if she was
number?
perfect?
I'm asking a number. You guys know what numbers
You know
are?
what though? Because
What-
when I
what
was
number?
yesterday, she was like, because I was like, oh man, I hope something else happens. She was like, it's different for girls than it is guys.
So she's
And
smart.
She didn't want to give it up that right
Yeah.
away, and I respect that. And I'm like, we go at your speed, whatever.
100%.
But I mean, the body count thing.
What? Give me a
I
number.
think it's just hard for a girl to talk about a body count because then a guy's like, that's nasty, you're nasty. But that's a double standard kind of thing. And my number personally, shit, I have a very low body count, obviously. So,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
I'm saying
match mine. So, I
there
don't
you
know.
go.
What if she's got a high count, but she's been extremely safe with it every single time?
What's high? That's what I'm saying. Can I get a number?
What do you think is high, champ? I said 60. What do you
I'm
think?
saying 10.
10?
Yeah.
Over
20.
20.
If she's 28,
I think a girl can hit 20 in a year.
wanted to.
If she
probably.
wanted to.
But
in
then
a
all
year.
that that's what I'm saying. Is like you have all that fucking baggage.
And
I
what
don't
about
want to
this?
have to deal with that
Yeah,
shit.
but what about you're the one that she picked afterwards? Like those 20 guys are bums compared to you. You're the top G.
And here's
Well, I
another
know that regardless.
That's the way.
I think us guys, except for guys who have low numbers, are like, oh, I've been with 10 girls. Other than that, I think girls lie a lot more about their numbers than guys do.
Well, probably because they feel like they're gonna be judged.
Well, they are going to be judged. Don't be a whore.
What about a guy?
Don't be a whore.
Don't be a whore to a guy who's fucked
I'm not a
60
whore.
plus. If you fucked 60 plus girls, you're a whore.
Yeah.
Oops.
You're a
Is
slut.
that more attractive to a girl if you met a girl and you said, and the girl's like, she asked you and you're honest with her and say, yeah, I mean,
58.
I've had a lot of girls, or having none.
Depends what the girl's after. Relationship or she's trying to get fucked that night.
Yeah,
Some girls like fucking virgins.
Yeah, for sure.
sure, yeah.
There's fetishes for everything.
Yeah.
redheads.
Dude, yeah,
Right.
right.
Yeah, I don't think girls judge it as hard, unless
Yeah.
their number's like thousands or something.
But saying the same, why is it a double standard? But girls and guys are different. We can all acknowledge that. If you want to pull down your pants, and I'll pull mine down. We can say, okay, wow, yeah, you are different. You have a wiener. You don't.
No,
What's
I think
the
it's
body
very
count?
different for girls.
What would you be the body count for a guy that you'd be like, that's too high?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I just don't ever judge that,
So
which
you,
is weird.
there's not a number you like a numerical value you could put on it.
That's why I'm saying I wouldn't judge it. I judge the person.
Right? What mama don't know, don't hurt her. What if you
Exactly.
what if you got the most perfect girl? You think she's perfect, she's wonderful, but before you, she fucked everybody.
She probably ain't that perfect then.
What if she was? And then,
What
but
if-
she never told you. She's like, yeah, I've only been with a couple guys.
What if it was
Better
like,
than I'd say better that than tell
You'd
the
want her
truth.
to lie?
Yeah. If
Only-
the girl's perfect, she's like, God, I've been with 170. I'd be like, if I didn't know that, she's like, I've been with 4. I'd be like,
But what
sweet.
happens if you find out later, like say 5 years down the road, and all
Left
of a
hook
sudden,
Larry comes out.
oh, and like some
I
guy's
pull a
like,
Sono.
oh, you don't know about
No,
her?
jokes,
You don't know about her?
It changed the way you look at her.
Gangbang.
Yeah.
Changed the way.
like, I've been with 5 guys, but it was at the same time.
Yeah. Changed the way you
One
look
night.
at him.
So, isn't that great?
Andrew Tate, yeah, he's
Over 18 years, Blake Griffin will have paid his ex-wife $55.7 million in child support.
this is a soccer player.
Basketball, right? Blake
Oh.
$258K a month for child support there.
Is that with Lana?
I don't know.
Bryn
Blake
Cameron. Bryn
The tall guy, right?
Cameron.
Dude, that
I mean,
shit
he's a
doesn't
basketball
make
player.
sense.
Is that the
If
curly
you
hair?
just you can't make an agreement back here. I will give you $10,000 a month. That is fucking plenty to raise one child. $10,000 a month. I'll give you $10,000 a month. That should be fair. But no, the court's like, no, it has to be a percentage of what you make. I think each state's different. But dude, why can't we use common sense in some things like that? You got to pay $250,000 a month to raise a kid? That's ridiculous. That's where.
Yeah, and it's different. It's different, I think, if the wife helped maybe get him to make that money. But if he was going to make that money regardless, then it's different.
Hey, it's okay.
Blake Griffin was going to be in the NBA.
Exactly. So it should be different. But if it's a woman that's like, I didn't do anything, I worked for him and I helped him build this company for years.
Yeah.
And then he divorced and I get nothing.
I feel confident saying like, dude, I would not be in the position I'm in without Danny. Like, I don't think I would have made it to where I'm at. Maybe eventually, but not like I ain't paying her half though. But I take care of Danny fucking the way I treat her like a queen. I feel like she would say that on here. Besides a couple left hooks when she's acting up, but
that's crazy. The Full Send boys got Trump back on the pod,
right?
So are they going to delete that from YouTube, or is he good now?
Well, he's not. They're probably not going to throw it up on. I wonder if they are. Or are they going to throw it up on Rumble? Yo, I've been on Rumble a couple times. I've been watching Steve's video on Rumble. There, I mean, because I hadn't watched Steve for a while. I was like, God damn it, I want to go watch it. And bro, Steve's still doing the same shit. I don't know how the fuck that motherfucker has so many cars, but he's still popping off on Rumble. He's still killing it over
and
there.
Gideon's going over to Rumble.
I saw that, but he's still been on YouTube like crazy.
Okay, how about this? Florida lawmakers appear poised to pass legislation allowing the death penalty for pedophiles. If passed, pedophiles could be sent to death if they commit sexual battery on a child under the age of 12. What's your thoughts on that? Good or bad?
Why not 13?
I mean, those kids are. I mean, like those people doing that they're gonna get probably messed up in prison anyways. Let's just do the death penalty.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Fucking
those
shoot them.
guys are already like.
But then,
that's my number one. Gotta fuck up in prison. Like,
I agree. I think it should be.
If it's guilty, 100% easy. Like,
yeah,
boom.
but then it's what if you have this kid that said, no, he did that, and it didn't happen.
You gotta have evidence. You gotta have evidence.
But how do you have evidence?
Ooh.
Check the. Never mind.
That's why it sucks that people, like, if something happens to you, come out right away. Because I know you got to think people are probably scared to come out. Something bad might happen.
I mean,
you trying to tell us something, Spit? You coming out the club? Let's go, G. Congratulations.
No, people don't want to. People just want to forget about it. Especially if it happened as a child, they don't want to bring it up and make it this fucking huge deal.
Yeah, that would be tough.
But then you got to think about what you're doing like that. So now that you've done that, that person is continuing their ways to someone else.
Yeah, but what if it's like when that kind of shit's just fucked up? But what if someone's doing that to a kid and it feels good for the kid because they don't know why. They don't know why they got a boner, but it just feels good for them. Yeah. And then
so they don't think anything's wrong.
Exactly.
Like
or they know it's
scenario?
wrong, but they're like, "What the hell? It felt good," and it just fucks you up.
Yeah,
One way
like
to
if
look
like
at
a
it.
high school teacher was fucking you and you're young.
Exactly.
Fuck your
And it
mind
felt
up.
good.
And you're like, what the fuck?
Different if it's a girl
Why
or
is
a
it
boy,
different
she's
now?
saying.
You were saying the body count should be different.
But yeah, if it's blatant, someone witnessed it, something saw it, or it was blatant, or they did a test and there was sexual stuff on them. It's like, yeah, kill them.
Or you can just tell, like, that's a creepy look. That motherfucker definitely fucks kids.
How do you administer the penalty though? Because they're even saying it's controversial to do like the injections because of like mishaps in that.
Why not just bullet to the head?
Because of cruel and unusual punishment, like the guy like suffered even worse because of the injection or something like that.
Yeah, bullet to head's so fucking easy though.
Firing
one gun, one round, boom.
Yeah, but
that's true.
Are you saying it's too easy?
It's too easy, dude.
Maybe bullet to the fucking pecker. Let him sit out for a couple
bullet
days.
to the peck for a little bit, and then I'm sitting there with in prison with just a bunch of red hands.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you even do death penalty, or do you have them wear a different uniform?
Oh,
that's like, this color says, "Hey, you're a
that's
child
a Biden
diddler."
supporter."
And then everyone's like, "We're fucking that guy up. Look at his jumpsuit."
Yeah.
What if we take a
It's
nutsack for those people? You're gonna be in jail for the rest of life, and we take your nutsack.
Something like that would make it better.
Right?
It'd make
But
guys
it's so
be like, "I can't do that."
expensive, dude. It is so expensive to keep people in prison. You gotta feed them. You have to.
Yeah.
You have to feed them. That's shelter. You gotta fucking, or you just get them out of here. Maybe we'd start having less and less and less. The new numbers would go down gradually.
You brand them. You brand them on the forehead.
I know, but
and
you
you
still
let them
gotta
out
pay
in
for 'em.
public.
Oh.
That tax dollars aren't no longer going to it. Everyone's like, stay away from that child predator.
But then the 6-year-old boy can't because he's fucking 6.
Take the nutsack.
Yeah, cut off his wiener and all
Not
his
the wiener,
fingers.
just the nutsack.
Why not his wiener? You think he deserves to have a wiener?
Well, will you die?
No.
Okay, if you could live.
Have you ever heard of transgenders? Have you ever heard of Caitlyn Jenner? Does she have a wiener? Actually, I don't know.
Oof.
How do we every single pod we drop that word TJ? Did you see the Mr. Beast stuff?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No. What happened?
Mr. Beast, one of his main guys that's in every single video from the beginning of Mr. Beast till now, and he's still in them. Chris is recently come out. He's got a baby. He's got a wife. Divorced. He's recently came out and he's transitioning, I think, or he's saying he doesn't have a gender, but he's like going more feminine, painting his nails, his hair. He's on the whatever fucking stuff you get on, and he's like transitioning and. It's like a big deal right now, and Mr. Beast is backing him up. Obviously, it's his fucking buddy. And I was thinking, I'm like, God, dude, that would suck because I've never not felt like a guy. This is always how I've always felt, but I've felt depressed before. Imagine
I felt femmy before.
You said
seen it.
transphobic shit in the past
wait,
too, right?
but-
So doesn't
but-
that make you think like maybe he was just hiding it even more in the past?
But I mean, you gotta put yourself in his shoes. Like that would suck if every single day he's fucking. That's how he feels. He's depressed because he feels like he's something else. It's like, God damn it, how can you hate on that? But it's also like, does he feel like that because of social media and all these things, or is it actually genuinely how he feels? And if that's how he feels, you can't talk shit about it. But is it that, or is it because the day and age we're in? It's like, and now it's just acceptable, and it's. I don't know.
At the end of the day, it feels like first world problems. Like in other countries, they're fucking struggling to survive and eat.
Yeah,
we're struggling about how we gender ourselves.
Or
Like,
we
what the fuck?
we just focus on what people do to their own body.
But we're in a
little too
first world
much.
country now. Maybe we should be able to. Okay, everything's taken care of. Now I want to be who I really am. And that's
As long as you don't hurt somebody and you're not hurting anybody, what's the fucking...
yeah,
Yeah,
but
the
people are like, you have a
truth.
kid. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's like
What messages... And with a platform like Mr. Beast, what message does it send to the youth? That's like the biggest thing.
yeah. Now, how many kids are gonna be like, I kind of want. I mean, you see how much
Just
attention he's
they're
getting.
just bored.
How
Yeah.
much attention? He's not getting attention from his mom. I'm gonna go to school and say I'm a girl.
How about we end with some of these? Professor Feynman. Stupidity is knowing the truth, seeing the truth, but still believing the lies, and that is more infectious than any other disease. That's stupidity.
I got a case of that sometimes.
And then how about this one? The more you learn, the more you realize how little you know. I think it takes to get to a certain level at something to realize, like, holy shit, that amount of shit goes into everything, into instruments, into every single thing. There's such a high level that people don't understand. I think that's true, especially in jiu-jitsu. The more you learn, the more you're like, holy fuck, I don't know shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
You think you're big and tall and strong, but they ain't nothing.
Yeah. And okay, how about this? Never confuse education with intelligence. You can have a PhD and still be an idiot.
100p.
A lot of doctors, huh?
That's Professor Feynman. He has a good Twitter. He's got so many good things on there. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your Monday.
What was that, episode 130? No, or 233, right? 233, episode 233, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah, that's episode for you right
Much love.
there. The episode. Check out my YouTube page. I'm coming out with a new pod every week. Also, the Brendan and Schmitty show.
Hey.
They've been grinding on their YouTube.
Schmitty's been dropping vlogs,
Vlogs, weed
Very
reviews.
good vlogs. Yep.
weed reviews.
We're on the YouTube grind, aren't we?
Hey.
And then patreon.com/RedHawk Academy. Check it out. And then sugarshop.co. Like and subscribe. Love y'all. See ya next week.
Peace.
Peace.